Hello to you all and welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe so that you can continue getting more videos from this particular channel. Today I'll be taking you through the process of creating the OOP pattern. In my last video we were able to see how we can create a hello program. So today we want to move a notch higher and see how we can use the system.out.println to create the OOP pattern as shown. So one assumption that we are going to make is that you have managed to create a project. If you have not learned on how to create one, you can check out my other video on how to create a project using Eclipse. And so we are going to begin by the first statement, which is system.out.println. Then we'll put some three spaces. Then we'll put some 5 asterisks. Then we'll put some 10 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll put 5 asterisks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 8 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then 7 asterisks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we put our semicolon, and if you run, you can see that we are going to have the upper part of our given OOP pattern. We'll move on to the next statement. So we repeat again. You can just copy this bit, system.out, and then we put our asterisk. So we are going to begin with a single space, then 2 asterisks. Then we are going to have 5 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 2 asterisks, 1, 2. Then 6 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 2 asterisks, 1, 2. Then 5 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 2 asterisks, 1, 2. Then 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 2 asterisks, 1, 2. Then 8 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then 2 asterisks. If you compare, you'll note some form of a pattern. We move on. We paste again. We put our semicolon there. We'll begin with 2 asterisks, then 7 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 2 asterisks, then 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 2 asterisks, 1, 2. Then we'll have 7 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 2 asterisks. Then 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3. Then 2 asterisks, 1, 2. Then 9 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then 2 asterisks. And then we can run. You can see that bit by bit we are coming up with the OOP symbol. Then we still move on. Then at this given point we begin with the 2 asterisks, 1, 2, then 7 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 2 asterisks, 1, 2, then 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2 asterisks, 1, 2, then 7 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 2 asterisks, 1, 2, then 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, then 2 asterisks, 1, 2, then 8 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then 2 asterisks, 1, 2. If we run, you see that we are still forming some shape, so we still repeat the same pasting we had done, and then we are now on our 5th line. So we are going to begin with 2 asterisks, 1, 2, then 7 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 2 asterisks, then 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2 asterisks, 1, 2, then 7 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 2 asterisks, spaces, 1, 2, 3, then we do 9 asterisks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's all. If you run it, you will see that we are somewhere. So we shift to the next line, we paste again, we close, and then we begin with the 2 asterisks, 1, 2, 7 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 2 asterisks, 1, 2, 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 asterisks, 7 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 asterisks, then 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, then 2 asterisks, 1, 2, and then we can run our program and we can see we are still forming the shape. We now recopy again and we proceed now forming the lower part of our OP symbol, and it's more or less going to be similar to what we have. So we're going to again also have 2 asterisks, and then 7 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 2 asterisks, then we are going to have 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, then we are going to have 2 asterisks, then you're going to have 7 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then you're going to have 2 asterisks, then you're going to have 3 spaces, then we are going to have 2 asterisks, and then we can still test and we see how our program is coming up. Then we repaste again and we put a bracket and a semicolon. So we begin with a space, 2 asterisks, then 5 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 asterisks, then 6 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 2 asterisks, then 5 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 2 asterisks, then 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 2 asterisks, and then we can test, and you'll see that our symbol is forming up. We do the last bit, which will complete our symbol. So begin 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, and 5 asterisks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 10 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then 5 asterisks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 2 asterisks, 1, 2, and then we can run our program, and you can see that we have our symbol. So this is one way through which you can form the OOP symbol, by trying to push the system.out.println statements a bit further, not just the hello world statement. Of course, this is not the only way through which you can implement the OOP symbol, but I believe if you are able to demonstrate this, you can now find other ways through which we can improve it even better. So I want to thank you, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you.